When it comes to accident, there is one claim that is hard to do and to know if you can claim it, and that's a wrongful death claim. And here to help us understand this claim is injury lawyer and attorney Lloyd Baker. Good morning.
Good
How
morning.
are you, sir?
Yes.
So
This
is very important to talk about, and also it's something that people don't want to talk about, and that is wrongful death claims. And so what is a wrongful death claim so people can understand that?
So it's like negligence, right? So if you have a catastrophic injury and somebody else is negligent, then that person has a claim for wrongful death. So basically the heirs, okay? So basically you have two different things. You have the heirs and you have the estate. And so it's sad because the number one thing is, the empathy that we give our clients is that's super important because they're going through a rough time. But then they wonder, how can I really get help? And what are the damages for such an accident? And so we walk them through it. We take really good care of them, and we say, hey, you're on the one side, you've got the claim that the estate has, which is like your medical bills and funeral expenses and things like that, right? And then on the other side, you have the human aspect of it, which sadly the family and the heirs. And so a child can make a claim, a parent can make a claim, and a child, parent, and there's one other one, spouse. Yeah. So the spouse can make a claim. So. And what are their claims? It's a lot of grief, loss of support,
loss of income too,
loss of income,
the person away.
Yeah. So people don't really realize that because a child. A lot of times the child loses a parent, right?
Yeah.
So how's that child going to be taken care of for the rest of its life, right? So there's things that are really difficult in this time as far as to talk about it, but it's so important because things happen.
Right.
And
so let me ask you, if the person who passed away in this accident had life insurance, does that stop you from making a claim, or can you still go make a wrongful death claim?
So that's just an aspect of it, and you can still make a claim.
Okay.
Good question.
Yeah, because that's why people probably well, the insurance paid for it, I don't need to go, but it's important to do that. So now you just said there's certain people that can make those claims. Can everybody go make that claim? The spouse, the children, grandparents, or anybody, or is it just one person in the heirs that can go make that claim?
So they all have their separate claim.
Okay.
But there's just one suit, basically.
Right.
And so it's all under one umbrella, and then at the end of the day, then it's divided up between the heirs.
Right.
So, and you always get a lot of questions like, what if we're just, friends? What if we're just, brothers and sisters of this decedent? Stuff like that. Unfortunately, in Arizona, they can't make a claim, but they can as far as the estate's concerned, right?
Got it. So they can go into the estate part of it,
Yeah.
and that will be the claim. So that's what you need to understand.
So they're two separate things, really, and so.
Do you recommend people to, I know you talk with them, but do you want them all to go underneath the estate, or should they do the heirs, or do two separate ones?
They're two separate.
Two separate.
And a lot of times, to tell you the truth, I just try to help the heirs because the estate sometimes, that it really depends on if they did get some hospital visit before they passed or that kind of stuff. Did they really incur, some expenses, or was it kind of a sudden kind of a thing?
Yeah.
So it just really kind of depends, but mostly we're there for the heirs.
Yeah.
But we do help the estate at some extent, but it gets actually filtered to the heirs too once that's all taken care of. So that money actually ends up in the heirs' pockets. So
and so people understand too, like when we talk about accidents, we're usually talking about car accidents or something like that. But this is an accident at work or on vacation or anything like that someone else was negligent in doing.
Yeah, and so it's and it's basically the law allows it anytime it's anywhere more than 51%. So preponderance of the evidence is what they call it. So if it's over 51% at fault, they can recover, and so. It happens a lot of different situations, like you said, car, trucks, motorcycle accidents, but also slip and falls. I've had it happen, medical negligence, things like that, where it's just really sad that people lose a loved one.
So let me, there was a question I wanted to make sure people understood too, and that was having insurance the other way now. So say, for instance, I am a business. Can I have wrongful death accident insurance on me? Is there something like that?
It's kind of the same thing, but good question. It's liability insurance. So as a business owner, I have liability insurance. So in case somebody gets hurt on my premises or somebody's driving one of my cars and hurt somebody, then that will take care of it for the firm.
Right.
So yeah. There's, it's the same thing.
So, wow, this is so important stuff. I know it's very hard for people to talk about, but that's why you guys are there for them to help them walk them through it.
Absolutely.
And again, it's Lloyd Baker and his team there. Information's right on the screen to find out more about, again, any type of accident you need to deal with. He's there for you. So
appreciate that.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Stay right there. I want to talk to you some more. So.